White Squirrel here. So my last project of casting a hook for the wife out of pieces of wood turned out to be a pretty big hit. Except for the timeline in which it took to make it, but that's a different problem. So naturally, that meant I had to make some more projects similar, no matter how much the wife told me it's okay. Alright, I think I have a good base to start off with here. You got some young maple branches to use, I don't know, a couple of rare scraps has been sitting on my workbench for a little while, some random pieces of wood, and a whole buttload of foam. So here's what my general idea is going to be. I'm going to use some rough foam. I'm going to pick away at it a little bit and try to make it look like some dirt. I think it might work. I just need a little bit of finessing and look like a mound of dirt. I'm going to forge, I think it's a 3/16 rod to kind of make it look like a piece of vine. I'm going to stick it in the base dirt and cast the base out of aluminum to have a single piece. And once that's done, I'm going to try casting one of these branches out of aluminum bronze. So we'll have a nice light aluminum base, a delicate frame to hold up the branch, and the branch to hang all the projects on. Okay, so I got the general shape I think I'm going to go with. So I'm going to use the foam and use a wide enough footprint for the base so that we can load up some weight on here without tipping it. And hopefully by the time I'm done with it, it'll look like dirt. We have this one embedded in there, and we cast it like that. I think that'll do the trick. Trying to figure out the best way to get this cast and get a good pour basing on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack my cope or drag or whatever end you want to call it at this point tight. I'll skim it off. I'll place this flat on top. I'll put the other box over it, tamp it down with my stem sticking out. That way I can take it apart and make my pouring basin, put my sprue in, make my runners and my gates, and hopefully I'll have a nice clean pour there. Perfect, let's try that. the cast turned out pretty good. It's just the shape didn't quite turn out looking like dirt like I wanted it, but I think it's usable. So we'll clean it up and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so the rough shaping looks pretty okay. It you could kind of say that it looks like dirt. Didn't quite come out exactly how I was hoping, but it could have definitely turned out worse. I think we can use that. So I kind of happy with this. I think we can move on. So it's about 5 degrees Celsius right now, one of the coldest days I work with a Petrobond, and I can really notice a difference. It's harder to work with. I find shapes that are, should be simple enough, I've done it easily enough, are not quite turning out the right way. So I'm curious to see how the melt and the pour is going to work out in this colder temperature. We'll finish this one up, pour some molten aluminum bronze into it, and hopefully everything turns out for the best. Alright, now for my aluminum bronze. I like a mixture of 5% aluminum to my aluminum bronze. So it's roughly what I have here. It comes at about 4.5%, 1.3 ounces of aluminum and about 21 ounces of copper. I'm going to add that with my previously mixed 5% aluminum bronze and start to melt and see what happens. Looks pretty good from here. Beauty. Little heavier than I was expecting. I think we're really going to have to find that balance point on the stem and the base, but looks really good. Well, the casting turned out really great. I like the details, but you know what? The idea for the project I had just isn't working out. I can't make it work the way I want it to. You win some, you lose some. So I'm going to have to use this on a separate project. I think I have an idea of forming already, but won't be able to finish on this time. Having said that, I went to go see if I could redesign the previous casting we did. And it looks like somebody already found a use for it when I brought it in the house to take a look. I came to it and there's some cute little Wonder Woman masks and Minnie Mouse masks on my hook. So it looks like somebody already found a use for it as is, and the project isn't a total loss. So back in the house, this will go the way it is, and we'll keep looking for another project to use this beautiful piece in.